Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Edison Cavani will be leaving Manchester United in January. Edison Cavani is set to join Barcelona. Barcelona have offered Edison Cavani an 18-month contract. Barcelona are seeing him as a replacement for Aguero, because recently Aguero retired. Cavani is prepared to terminate his contract to leave Man United next month. Cavani has rejected interest from Boca Juniors. Now obviously Cavani has got an injury at the moment, but he's close to returning. Revert back to earlier on in the season, Cavani had an injury. Manchester United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG, and this season is Cavani's second full season at Man United. Cavani initially lost his place in the team with the club re-signing Ronaldo last summer. Cavani's got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at PSG. Not only that, he was a long-serving player when he was at PSG. So that's the news on Edison Cavani. Now I want to give you some news on Edwin Van Der Sar. So Edwin Van Der Sar leaves the door open for the Manchester United job. Edwin Van Der Sar has come out and said that he's very happy in Amsterdam. So reflecting on that, he's ruled out a return to Manchester United. Revert back to the other week, he said Edwin Van Der Sar expects a future role at Man United. And Edwin Van Der Sar spoke about Manchester United's interest in Erik ten Hag. Edwin Van Der Sar believes Ajax could lose Erik ten Hag in the summer. Van Der Sar has worked as a CEO at Ajax for 5 years. Van Der Sar is a former Manchester United goalkeeper. He was Manchester United's goalkeeper for 6 years. And when he was our goalkeeper, he won around 4 Premier League titles. He also won the League Cup. He won the Champions League and the Community Shield. Obviously this morning I gave you the news on Kieran McKenna. Kieran McKenna left Manchester United. Kieran McKenna is now the Ipswich Town manager. He signed a 3-year deal with Ipswich. I wish all the best for Kieran McKenna. Kieran McKenna was Manchester United's assistant for around 3 years. Ralph Rangnick, he's enjoyed a good start to his managerial career at Manchester United. So far he's unbeaten. Reflecting on the win against Norwich last weekend, that was back-to-back wins in the Premier League for Ralph Rangnick. Rangnick is Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then after that, Rangnick will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. If Rangnick does well as the interim manager, there's a chance that he'll get the Man United job on a permanent basis. Rangnick has to heavily invest next year if he's to succeed as Man United manager, and Rangnick has been given a £100 million transfer budget for January, so he can get quite a few players out of that. There's been quite a few players Manchester United have been interested in. I think there's a good chance that Amadou Haidara will be the first signing of the Rangnick era, because Amadou Haidara admits he's a Manchester United fan. And he's also a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. Not so long ago, Rangnick mentioned that he wants Amadou Haidara as his first signing. Haidara has around a £33 million release clause. Rangnick knows the player well because Rangnick used to manage RB Leipzig. Rudiger, Manchester United have also been interested in him. I said Rangnick could be an important factor in Man United's chances of signing Rudiger. Rangnick has a good relationship with Rudiger's agent and brother, so that's beneficial. The other day, Rudiger rejected a contract extension offer from Chelsea. His current contract at Chelsea expires at the end of the season. Earlier on in the week, Real Madrid held talks with Rudiger, and Bayern Munich and PSG have expressed an interest. Rudiger's been at Chelsea since 2017. He's made 110 appearances in the Premier League for Chelsea, and Chelsea paid around £29 million for him from Roma. Frankie de Jong, he's also been on Rangnick's agenda, but I've disregarded Frankie de Jong coming, because revert back to earlier on in the week, Frankie de Jong's father did admit that Man United have a disadvantage in the transfer pursuit. Frankie de Jong's at Barcelona. Barcelona got him from Ajax back in 2019 for £65 million. Timo Werner, he's also been mentioned as well. It said earlier on in the season that Rangnick wants a Timo Werner reunion at Man United. Calvin Phillips and Jude Bellingham have also been on Rangnick's agenda. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Now, as you all know, the Premier League confirmed yesterday that Manchester United's game against Brighton this weekend has been postponed due to COVID. Revert back to earlier on in the week, Man United were hit with 19 new COVID cases. Because obviously Man United's Carrington training ground reopened, because Man United's first team players returned to training. Revert back to Monday, Manchester United shut their Carrington training ground because of COVID. And obviously Manchester United postponed the game against Brentford. So Man United have had 2 games postponed, not even in a week. Obviously, a lot of other games have been postponed as well. Manchester United's next game is Newcastle on the 27th. I'm hoping that game can go ahead. Obviously, the games against Brighton and Brentford have to be rearranged. Next year, Manchester United are going to offload players. Rangnick is planning a big clear out. So obviously, the news on Anthony Martial. Revert back to last Friday, Anthony Martial's agent confirmed that Anthony Martial wants to leave Manchester United in January. Not too sure though where he's going to go. Now, I have been hearing that Atletico Madrid have been interested in him. I heard that they were preparing a swap deal for Martial. I heard at one point that Juventus were interested in him. Newcastle have expressed an interest, and Barcelona have also been in for him. Now, not so long ago, Ralph Rangnick revealed that he's not spoken with Anthony Martial. And Rangnick told Martial to speak with him directly. Martial obviously wants more game time. He's not getting enough game time at Manchester United. He's only started 2 games in the league this season. He's got an injury at the moment anyway. I think Martial's only enjoyed 1 good season at Man United, and that was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. Martial's been a Manchester United player for 6.5 years. He's got 3 years left on his contract. Martial has scored 79 goals in 268 appearances in all competitions. Manchester United paid an initial fee of $36 million for Martial from Monaco back in 2015. And Cavani, yes, like I said earlier on in the video, he's leaving in January. Jesse Lingard, I think Man United are also offloading him next year. I'm not too sure where Jesse Lingard's going to go. Lingard doesn't really get in our team. Lingard's only made 2 starts this season. Revert back to earlier on in the season, the BBC said that Jesse Lingard's future at Man United is in doubt after talks over a new contract collapsed. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next summer. If Man United sell Lingard next month, I reckon Man United can get around £10 million. Jesse Lingard has been part of the club for a long time. Risen up our academy, and that he's had his good periods at Man United. He's also had his bad periods. Juan Mata, I think he's also leaving next year. Well, Mata's contract at Man United expires next summer. Because revert back to earlier on in the year, Juan Mata got his contract extended for the further year. I can't understand why, because Juan Mata doesn't really get in the team, plus he's ageing up. But despite that, he has had a good career at Man United. Mata's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so he's been a long-serving player. He's made over 200 appearances in all competitions, and he's scored over 50 goals. Manchester United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014 for 40 million. Matt has out with illness at the moment. Donny van der Beek, I think there's a good chance he'll be leaving next month because Van der Beek's not getting enough starts at Man United. I said the only way we can persuade Van der Beek to stay, and that's if he gets the opportunities he's been demanding under Rangnick. You know? Because revert back to when we had Solskjaer, Van der Beek got nowhere near enough opportunities, and reflecting on that he was very frustrated. Van der Beek's only scored 2 goals for the club. Van der Beek has been a Manchester United player for over a year and a half. Manchester United got Van der Beek for 40 million with add-ons included. Van der Beek's got a contract to Man United till 2025 as an option of a further year, and Van der Beek's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Paul Pogba, you know, Manchester United could sell him in January. It would make sense to sell him in January rather than let him go on a free next summer, because Paul Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Revert back to the start of the season, he rejected a new Man United contract offer. Not so long ago, Rangnick said he won't try to convince Paul Pogba to stay at Man United if he wants to leave. Pogba's not available at the moment. He's out with a thigh injury. You know, he's been out with his thigh injury for a while. Pogba's out for the rest of the year with this thigh injury. Pogba got the thigh injury in France training earlier on in the season. He's been a big miss though, because revert back towards the start of the Premier League season, Pogba was in scintillating form. Pogba's got 7 assists so far in the league this season. Revert back towards the end of last season, Paul Pogba produced good performances. But at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while, and he sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. He's been relentlessly linked with Real Madrid. His former club Juventus have been in for him. PSG have been in for him. Barcelona have been in for him. And Inter Milan have been in for him before. Paul Pogba's agent, Mino Raiola, has been working hard now for quite some time to get his client to move away from the football club. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because Manchester United paid £89 million for him. We had him when he was a lot younger under Ferguson, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. Matic, I think there's a good chance that Man United will offload him as well next year. I think Tellez and Dalot could be leaving next year. I think Jones and Bayer leaving next year. And of course, you know the news on Dean Henderson. Fabrizio Romano said yesterday that Dean Henderson wants to leave Manchester United in January to get more game time. You know, Henderson's only made 2 appearances this season, doesn't get in goal much. Because revert back to last summer, De Gea reclaimed the number 1 spot back. Revert back to earlier on this season, Henderson had COVID for a while. Towards the end of last season though, Henderson got that number 1 jersey. And he did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. Before the start of last season, Henderson signed a 6-year contract to Man United, so reflecting on that, he committed his future to the club. Henderson has got that experience behind him because before he enjoyed 2 successful loans with Sheffield United, before he's had loan spells with Shrewsbury, Grimsby and Stockport. And I'm expecting Amad Diallo to go out on loan next year. So there you go. I can assure at the end of the season that Manchester United will get a permanent manager. There's been quite a few names linked with a permanent role at Man United. Not so long ago it said Erik ten Hag is the favourite to become Man United's next permanent manager. Also, he's been mentioned. Mancini, he got mentioned the other week. Revert back to earlier on in the season, Brendan Rodgers was mentioned, but I initially disregarded Brendan Rodgers because it said Brendan Rodgers dismissed links to the Man United job as he come out and said I'm proud to be at Leicester. And Pochettino's obviously been heavily linked with a managerial role at Man United. So Man United are looking for their 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. You know, Man United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. You know, Manchester United sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Then Man United sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years despite him winning the FA Cup. Then Man United sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years despite him winning 3 trophies in his first season. Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United, but the reasons it didn't work out under him because he had bad disputes with the board, because the board didn't get the players Mourinho wanted in, and he had bad disputes with the top players. And almost a month ago now, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer following the 4-1 defeat to Watford. You know, Solskjaer was Manchester United manager for almost 3 years. When Solskjaer got sacked, he did give a farewell interview. Of course, he got emotional in that farewell interview, which was obviously understandable because Solskjaer adores the club and Solskjaer was part of the club for a long time. Not so long ago, Solskjaer brought gifts to Carrington for the staff. You know, Solskjaer's welcome back to the club at any time. You know, despite Man United sacking Solskjaer almost a month ago now, all United fans still adore him and still chant his name, reflecting on what he did for the club, because at the end of the day, Solskjaer is a club legend and he always will be a club legend. Manchester United paid Solskjaer around $7.5 million to sack him because, revert back to last summer, he did sign a 3-year contract with an option of a further year. And Manchester United should have never given him that contract because we knew for a long time that he wasn't the long-term manager for Man United. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribing as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.